If you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to create content for YouTube, you tried batching, content calendars, pillars, and it's still not clicking. Or if you just don't even know the style of video to create, what to talk about, you are not the problem. There is one thing no YouTube expert is talking about. And it's the one thing that has made creating content easier for me, and something that I've noticed about other creators who are successful in this space. Hey Bookie, if you don't know who I am, I'm Quiana LaChé, transformational strategist, NLP practitioner, hypnotherapist, YouTube growth strategist. Honey, I have studied all the things in the past decade. After working with hundreds of women entrepreneurs and some men, I kept seeing the same thing. They didn't need more strategy. They needed a way to create content that felt aligned with their natural being, how they are actually wired. That's what I'm going to show you today. Because Buki, when your content creation process doesn't match your natural energy, you'll always feel drained, even if you love what it is that you talk about. So the tip that I'm going to share to you today is not about more strategy. It's not about hacks and and I have seen some of these hacks that people are peddling to y'all. Child, this is about energetic alignment, and I promise you no YouTube expert is talking about this. Let me show you what I mean. Enter human design. So what even is human design, and why should you give a damn? It's a system that blends like ancient wisdom with modern science to give you a map of how your energy works. So I want you to think astrology, the chakra system, the Kabbalah, I Ching, all of those kind of blended in together. And it shows you like how you can process ideas, how you can use your voice, how you make decisions, and how you interact with the world around you. But when it comes to creating content, it helps you to stop forcing and start flowing. So in human design, there are 9 centers, right? And each one is like an energy power source. Some are defined, which are shown as being colored in, which just means consistent energy. Then some are undefined, or typically shown as like white, which just means more flexibility and absorption from others. Me, I have all undefined. I am the one of the rare 1% known as the reflectors. So I definitely have a very, very clear understanding of what it's like to navigate the world, being very flexible, but being also very susceptible to others. But when it comes to your content, especially here on YouTube, here are some of the things that like the centers can reveal to you. How you express yourself, which is found in your throat center. So if it's undefined, and let me know if this resonates, you might feel blocked when actually trying to plan out your content. But if you just speak in the moment, is actually quite powerful. It can also reveal how you handle structure. So your ajna, which is like here, right? Think that third eye. If it's defined, you thrive with like clear outlines and structures. But if it's undefined, you might need a little more space for creativity. There are so many other variations because there are 9 centers. That means there are 18 total variations because it can either be defined or undefined. But this is huge because it means that the way that you're meant to create, the pace you follow, and even the type of content you create is literally unique to you. So this is where I really want to take a moment to say that if you've been out here and you're watching, your favorite YouTubers, and you're wanting to get started and you're looking at them and you're like, okay, well, I want to create the content like that and I want to create the content like that. That might not be correct, and I'm going to use air quotes, correct for you. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. You can do whatever you want to do. This is not a rule book on how you have to be, how you have to live, and how you have to create content. The idea here is that we make it that you're creating content that is supernatural to who you actually are. And when you are watching other people's content, usually you are the opposite of them in some ways. And so you're naturally drawn to them. They have something within them naturally or in their aura, whatever, their magnetism, how they are, that you are drawn to. But that doesn't mean that because you're drawn to it, that's how you should create. Because the reality is then when you hone in on you naturally, how you naturally are, how you speak, how you process information, all of those things, the people that you are wanting to watch your videos, the people who are seeking you out, you are more than likely their opposite in a lot of ways. And so those people are going to be drawn to you. And that's what you want to think about. You're not creating just for yourself, but you're creating for the people who are going to be watching your videos. Case in point, with me having like no real sense of direction, identity, all the things that like human design talks about, this idea of a video came to me 2 hours ago when I was cleaning. I was scrubbing down my bathtub, honey, and then it was like ding, 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 ding. And with that, I know that because I am not someone who does well with like the planning of videos well in advance, when the inspiration hits me, I have to move. And thus, here we are recording this video. And so once I understood this, I stopped trying to play by everybody else's rules. All of the videos out here that tell you that you have to do your videos like this and you have to have the content calendar, and it's like you're trying, you're watching it, and it's like it sounds good, but deep down inside is not resonating. It might be because that's not how you were naturally wired to operate. And thus, that is why I created YouTube by Design. I promise you, as of today, there is nobody else who is well versed in YouTube, who is also master and trainer certified and subconscious reprogramming techniques and human design. I have spent the last 5 years in a deep dive. So just to give you a little backstory, I was the head coach for an entrepreneur here on YouTube that currently has over 600,000 subscribers and an 8-figure business. Okay. And so I was working with her clients to help them also create and grow profitable YouTube channels. And I was phenomenal at it. I was great at it, and I still am. However, I could not figure out why some of our clients that were making 6 and 7 figures would not make videos. It baffled me. How are you making this much money each year? You have this business that's bringing in the monies, and yet we're getting on these meetings and you're just like, no, I didn't do the homework. No, I didn't record the video. No, I didn't make the script. No, I did da 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 da. And it sent me down a spiral of wanting to understand why someone who has a successful business could find themselves in a position making excuses to not take the action, when on the flip side, we were also working with people who were brand new to business, who were cranking out a video every week, right? And so that's what led me down the pathway. That's what led me to signing up for my first NLP certification. And then I went on to masters, and then I went on to trainers, and I learned about various subconscious reprogramming techniques. And really what it comes down to is that we are all so uniquely different. And so if you haven't started yet, or if you start, you stop, you start, you stop, you start, and it just feels draining to you, it's not you. It is not you. You're just trying to follow someone else's model. You're watching these other videos and they're telling you how you have to do things. And so you're trying to fit yourself into that mold of doing it how they say that you have to do it, but you don't have to do it like them. So let me take you behind the scenes of YouTube by Design so that you have a clear understanding of how bomb and how awesome this thing is that I put together for you. This is going to help you create content in a way that feels natural for you, that feels good for you, and if that is something that you're going to be able to keep up with. You'll get a breakdown of your content strengths and struggles based off of your human design. And this isn't a one size fits all strategy. It's a way to show up consistently as yourself, which, as I mentioned, your ideal viewers want that from you. So let's hop on over to the YouTube by Design product so you can see exactly how this magic works. Okay, so now I can show you the YouTube by Design product. So when you come in and after you've gotten it, you'll see that there are instructions. So what you'll do is you'll input your birth details, you'll put in your email address, and then the same email address, the exact same one, you're going to want to put into the next page just so we can make sure that you actually get your report. So let me go ahead and do this for you. Okay, so now you'll see your actual human design chart. And so as you can see for me, all of my centers are undefined. And if you want, you can go ahead and just download this chart if you want to, but not necessary because it is also embedded in the report that you'll get. So you'll have some of the basic information about your human design here. So, you'll have your name, your birth date. There is right here, you can go ahead and click for a bonus activation based off of your type. And it'll give you some of this information. And right here at the bottom, it'll say YouTube by Design. So ignore the $97 price tag. You've already gotten this. And so then when we go here, boom. So all we have to do here is put in our name again, right? Same email address, and then check your email for your report download. Then you will see your YouTube by Design download is ready. You'll click that and you'll have this link. So once you click it, boom, now you have this report. Make sure that you download it, but if not, you have access to, I don't know why I'm moving the screen around. You'll have access to that same link so you can save that particular email. When you come in here, it'll give you some information about me, and then what your report is about, how to use it, what human design is. This is your chart, okay? And then we're going to start diving into the centers. There's some information here about what the centers are. And then we start going into your individual center. So as I said before, there are 18 variations, and we don't want you to waste time learning about all of them. I want you to know about which ones are specific to you. So we have here, right, the head center. And let's say now you've gone through this information, but there's a little special something in here which makes this even more magical. And that is where it says click here for the full audio report. And that is where then not only do you get access to the audio itself, this recording, but if you're someone who wants to read, you have the full transcript for each individual audio report for each of the centers that are relevant to you. But it gets even better. Then you can come here to the AI content section, right? And there are just some things here. So if you want to refer back to this, but you don't want to listen to the full thing, each one is anywhere between 8 to maybe 13 minutes. You have all of this information that is pulled from the actual audio itself, right? And there are some things, some questions that you can answer, some reflections, things like that that are really going to help you with understanding where you are and how you're relating to each of these centers, and a nice little affirmation for you to just anchor into. And then here's where we start creating some magic. You have what's called the magic chat. So now, based off of each of these centers and each of these trainings, you'll be able to then interact with it the same way you would chat GPT. So it says here, ask me anything about this recording. So for example, let's say my YouTube channel is about health and wellness for new mothers that want to look and feel good in their body again. What kind of content based on this center would be beneficial to create? And let's just see what it comes up with. Okay, so then it says right here, right? Absolutely, with an undefined head center, you have a natural magic for picking up inspiration, trends, and collective questions that new mothers might be experiencing, but haven't yet been able to express. The transcript by Quiana LaChé offers some powerful, actionable ways for you to create truly resonant content for your health and wellness for new mothers YouTube channel. And then it gives us some things down here to consider. So you could talk about trend response videos, um, audience question videos that, it'll tell you why these work, real-time observations, right? Right. So share what you're personally noticing in your community or through your own journey, right? So for example, 3 surprising trends I'm noticing among new moms this month, or why self-care for moms needs a redefinition. Here's what I'm seeing. So you can do this for each and every center, right? I love how like it just keeps going, right? So practical tips, and this is all off of something so simple, right? We just said just like 2 sentences, and it's giving us all of this because I already did a lot of the heavy lifting when I created these individual trainings. I also love that it is giving you some caution, right? As I've spoken about for each of these centers, right? So it's just reminding you to be mindful of certain things, and you can continue to interact with this chat. Again, this is for each and every single center. This is so game changing and goes way beyond just having some regular, smegular guide with just, kind of like basic information. This is information that now you get to interact with and go in depth with so that you can create content that is naturally aligned for you, that is magnetizing, that is very magnetizing to the people that you're wanting to attract to watch your content, which helps to grow your channel and helps you to make more money. Okay. So I'm so excited for you to play around with this, to try it out, to use it. And you can use this not even just for YouTube, use it for Instagram, use it for TikTok, use it for Facebook. Like the sky is the limit for what you can actually do with this particular product. Oh my gosh, was that not just the dopest thing? Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Listen, Buki, if you're tired of pushing through like content burnout or constantly doubting your own voice, the YouTube by Design is for you. Period. It will help you stop second guessing, and you'll start creating your videos in alignment with your natural gifts. Now, if you want to check it out, you can comment YouTube by Design in the comments or just go to the description box. Either one works for me if it works for you. But it's time for you to start building a channel that feels as good as it looks. Your energy isn't the problem. It's the strategy that you've been following. Let's fix that together, boo. And in the meantime, if you just want to know what your human design is and you want your own personalized chart, of course you will get that in the YouTube by Design product. However, you can also simply go into your app store, type in Brain Magic Mastery and download the app. And so you'll be able to pull your human design chart from there. And there will be some information there that'll help you better understand, especially if you are new. You can download the app that way, or you can just go to the description. I'll put the link in there for you as well. But as always, I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you, Mabuki, in the next one.